I'm CharrChan, a full-time fursuit maker from the UK. This video is an overview of this commission that I finished. This character here is Viba, and this is a Kigurumi style fursuit. Being a Kigurumi style fursuit, the mask is 3D printed. As you can hear, that's kind of solid. The grey and purple fabric is mochi minky. We have custom cut plastic for the eye whites and painted mesh for the pupils. The eyelashes and eyebrows are stiffened felt that has been painted to the right colours. You may notice that this suit has a lot of painted features on the fabric. There are painted details on the nose, the bridge of the nose and the eyelids, as well as an outline effect around the hair and also on the ears. Speaking of the ears, you may notice the earring. The earring is made of foam and is sprayed with a high gloss plasti dip. The ears themselves are made of EVA foam. The hair is a removable wig, which I will show how it is removed later on in the video. The hair is constructed with a few different materials. The fringe and sideburns are made of upholstery foam with some wadding, and the fabric is stretched over. There is also upholstery foam up at the top of the hair at the little hair tuft. The front portion of the top of the head here, this is wadding inside the mochi minky. The painted details stop at the sides of the back of the hair, as we thought it would look too cluttered if we continued painting, so painting stops at the sides. And the back of the hair is all plush toy-like, so it's all plushy. This is all stuffed with toy stuffing, so it's nice and soft and squishy. The hair is constructed entirely of mochi minky, as I've mentioned, on a fleece wig cap. Here's a look at the back of the hair, and the other side where you can see there is the other matching side of the painted details. As I said, the wig is removable. There is Velcro at either side of the head, just behind the sideburns here, which we'll have a closer look at later. This suit does have a very exciting feature which I would love to show you next. My client requested that we could have changeable expressions, so inside the mouth portion of the mask, down in the lower half of the face, there are multiple strong magnets that have been embedded into the plastic. So when I sculpted the face on the computer, I should mention the sculpt of this face is a collaborative effort. It's a direct copy of my client's model that they have made themselves, I believe, that I then had to copy and then make suitable for fursuit making. So in that sculpt that I made, I added a load of divots into the back of the face, which magnets could be inserted into, and I secured those magnets in place with silicone. Anyway, the magnets are then able to allow for exchangeable mouths. Very easy to use, and they have a very strong connection thanks to the very strong magnets we used. My client also asked that the eyebrows could be movable, so the eyebrows are Velcro. Of course, when you put them at an angle you can see the Velcro from behind, but my client was alright with that. So let's have a look at the various expressions that have been made for Viba. Viba has a total of 7 exchangeable mouths, 8 if you count the one that I made first and that I'm including in the package anyway. So let's go over the mouth construction. The mouths are made of plastic, which has been cut by myself into the correct shapes and heat bent slightly to make sure it fits the curve of the face. On the back you can see that there are multiple magnets. Some of the mouths have larger magnets in some areas where they needed a little bit more strength. And on the front, each mouth has been painted with acrylic paint and sealed with Mr. Super Clear UV cut flat. This is the smiling expression. This one is the expression, which also features another small piece for the chin. This is what we have been calling the O mouth. This is the frowning mouth expression. Due to the physical limitations of where the magnets were placed, it was a little bit tricky making this frown expression, but I think the shape I came up with works really well, and it can be used for a couple of different expressions. If you tilt the eyebrows inwards, as so, it kind of looks like an angry expression. And if the eyebrows are tilted downwards, then obviously it looks like the frown that it is originally intended to be. Next up we have the scared mouth. This one required a couple of larger magnets to be placed in just to make sure it actually fit onto the face. Next up we have a grinning expression. This one also required a couple of extra strong magnets to be added just to make sure it actually stuck to the face. And we have this mouth, which is the bogus mouth. For a bit of context here, let me show you something. This here is my client's character Bogus, who has a very unique facial expression, so my client requested that we make the bogus mouth for the suit as well. And lastly, I do have the original mouth that I made, which turned out a little bit too thin in terms of stylization, but I'm including it anyway as it does function. And that was all of Viba's expressions. Of course, I'm sure there's more you can do if you play around with the various expression options and eyebrows, so loads and loads of potential for expressions with this suit. And the last thing to show you is how the wig removes. So as I said, behind the sideburns is some Velcro. Now before we go any further, I will mention that this suit does not have lining and there is exposed foam. My client is aware of this and is fine with it. It's just something that I found was preferable for me constructing Kigurumi fursuits, so my Kigus are not lined. This doesn't affect anything in terms of usability. In a Kigurumi like this, you'll probably be wearing a balaclava anyway, so just something to mention, as usually my fursuits are lined by default, unless otherwise stated. Anyway, moving forwards, so you can see that the Velcro is here. And the one matching on the other side. And from here you simply lift the hair off the head. Here is the head without the hair, and here is the hair. If we look inside, we can see the construction of the wig, roughly. This is the wig cap, which it is directly sewn onto and constructed on. This wig also features magnets to help it adhere around the ears, and I'm going to put it back on the head now. There are magnets located under those white patches of felt there next to the ears, and of course the corresponding magnets are within the wig cap. There are also magnets in the corner of the inside of the ear to make sure that these hair pieces at the side here stay down at that portion of the hair as well. And I think that is everything I can tell you about this fursuit head, which is a commission and not for sale. It was a commission. Next up will be some photos of this fursuit head so you can have a closer look at it. And I think that's everything I had to say. Now I'm going to go before I keep rambling, because I do love to ramble. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or would like to contact me about a fursuit commission or any of my other work, artwork, fursuit, whatever, then my business email is CharrChanContact@gmail.com, which is on screen now as well as in the description, along with links to all of my various social medias and where you can find me, etc, etc. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video informative, and bye!